Oh my god, what do you mean that I completely forgot that my uptime is already like almost 15 minutes? I mean, I guess I'll just have to set up my tablet and everything, like while with my microphone on, because people don't think I'm dead. I just hit the go live, and so people don't think I just hit go live and then died immediately. Oh well. Hi everybody, welcome to the People's Room. Crash, bang. Okay. And I had to rearrange some things on my desk. Make sure everything is nice and dandy. Okay. I think that was the last thing I needed to do. The setup took longer than usual because I haven't done an art stream in a hot minute, and also my dear moderator, who might still be here, but either way, it's no big deal. Like, he will probably not be moderating, or like he will not be monitoring chat as closely because he's having a boys' night with his boy. So, and I'm not gonna be that bitch wife who is like, fuck no, I'm streaming tonight. Get back in the basement. Of course. So Sam is hanging out with friends. So. I'm the only pee-pee whacker around these parts. I'm the only one whacking pee-pees tonight. Where's the audio? I just realized I was fighting. This is the second time I didn't realize I was probably fighting for dominance with the audio. Oops. If anyone did not hear what I said, I just had to set up my stuff. My moderator, Sam, is probably not going to be monitoring as close as usual, because he's having a boys' night with his boy, so I'm not gonna be his bitch wife telling him to get back in the basement because I'm streaming tonight. Either way... Come on, Chill Hop, you gotta be better than this. Is my microphone... Okay, I hope my microphone is... Okay, yeah, my microphone's normal, never mind. Oh, the audio... Oh, the audio fuckery. Where did I even put Chill Hop music? I had to like, I had to mess around with my audio levels in OBS, so I am so sorry. Normally I just use my desktop audio and then my microphone audio, but because I'm working on the video, I don't want my own voice of the audio that I'm storyboarding to interrupt me or the music, so I had to put all of my different audio sources together just to cut that one out. But, like, it worked, as far as I can tell. But anyway, hi. Welcome to the Peepus Room. I want to talk. I've been recently absolutely taken over by some juicy VTuber drama and other stuff that I would like to yap about while I'm going to be drawing to the video that I plan to make next. Put that down there. Alright. Cool. Okay. The one thing that I didn't do is like fucking make the boxes that the thumbnails go in. These bitches are not going to be very big, like... I call them storyboards and, like, the tags, but to be completely honest, they're probably closer to just thumbnails. I didn't really, like, learn a lot about the animation pipeline or whatever the heck when I was in school, so I don't actually know how it's supposed to be done. Don't mind me, I'm just going to be making boxes for a little while. So I could be doing it all wrong, as far as I know. What if I scooch all of them more this way? Okay, wait. Okay. This box is probably hecked up. I will talk about the drama shortly. It's just I want to make sure that all my boxes are... all my boxes make sense. That is not the tool that I thought that I was on. Ah, fuck it. Never mind. Complete restart. Did I completely forget to do the intro spiel? Oops. Well, thank you all for coming to the Peepus Room. Super appreciate you being here. Thank you, new Peepai and returning Peepai. And thank you, Sam, for existing, even if he's not here actively moderating right now. We still appreciate him. I will keep track of all the peepees to whack in chat. I could make him a little bit farther away. Like that? That probably works. Is that not what I just had before? That's probably fine. It don't matter. None of this matters. I say as this keeps mattering to me. And of course right now is when the neighbors decide that they need to make, like, a ton of noise. For I don't even know what reason. Why are they, like, too wide like that, but not nearly wide enough when they're like this? Screw it. Maybe it's just not gonna be divisible by 4. It don't matter. None of this matters. Yeah, whatever, that's close enough. I don't actually know how many boards it's going to take, so I'm just making a bunch. If I zoom in... Oh, that's probably fine. I might add more later if I need to. Whatever. So the tea that I had in mind... It doesn't have anything to do with me. If I misled the alerts into thinking that it was about me, that was very clickbaity. I apologize. But I really... I want people to not even talk shit too. It's more like, oh my god, can you fucking believe that this happened? I'm gonna turn down the music just a hint for myself so that I can hear myself think more. That should be okay. That's still lower than me. Okay. It is still bothering me how, like, close to the edges these are. Problem solved. That's 100%. That's still bigger than the boxes that I usually make for myself. Like, usually, this is the first time I'm actually gonna be thumbnailing, like, digitally. I usually do it on paper, but ever since I finished my commission info, it's just... like, work increased my hours, surprisingly, and I just couldn't, like... I just got so busy so fast, and I got so tired so fast. You understand. Where'd I put my audio? There's my audio. Yeah, and again, you guys won't be able to hear the audio, I don't think, if I set everything up correctly. And if you can, then, whatever, it don't matter, none of this matters. I have audio hooked up to Chill Hop right now, and then I have my microphone, obviously, because you guys can't get away from me. And then I have audio for my soundboard, in case I use that. If I feel like it. And then audio for the programs that my channel points get redeemed through. And that should be the only shit you should be able to hear. So... Sure, I'll... Yeah, what is the real scary stuff other than drama and such? I wrote a list of all the stuff I wanted to talk about too. Of course I didn't leave that note open on my phone. Why would I? Dum-dum. So, this affects no one. Not even me. However, I am very... This is the guy who made me get into streaming, so it is sentimental to me. But it don't matter, none of this matters. And he's probably gonna be able to appeal it pretty soon. Because I cannot actually imagine why they would keep him banned. But my favorite streamer, Jabroni_Mike, got banned from Twitch. I did not attend his last couple streams, so I do not know actually what like what it was for. I believe that it was about, like, I think he showed a meme to his chat, but that meme had a slur in it, and he didn't immediately, like, see the slur, and so Twitch nuked him off the face of the earth. I just spilled water all over myself, whatever. That is my, in the minor amount of research that I have seen, that is what I am led to believe. Yeah, that's probably, that's thin enough, I think. Wait, no, can I duplicate? Yes, I can. In case I need that for later. It's a surprise tool that it can save for later. I might have to take breaks from speaking just so I can, like, write things down, because my brain is like, it's like so close to multitasking, like those two parts of my brain, but it's not quite. That's not how you spell infinite, is it? I think it's, oh yeah, it's an I. It's another I. The way that I usually like to do my thumbnails is I like to write underneath what the line is, and then I'll just end up, like, drawing whatever I want to happen when I am saying that line in the box, which is, to my knowledge, how most thumbnails and storyboards work. But again, I don't know, because I never learned, even though I went to school for it. No, I'm gonna rename that dialogue. Sure, good enough. Let's see how many times I've drawn the wrong layer. So I feel really bad for Mike. He always struggles with some corporation screwing him over. Like, he already has a hard time with YouTube. Twitch was, like, not his last hurrah, but, like, Twitch was the most consistent platform that he could work on. And, that just sucks that they banned him. Because it was funny, too, because he once accidentally showed, like, wolfcock furry porn on stream, and they didn't get him for that. So, but a meme that has a slur in it that he did not immediately take off screen, instant death. Sent to impel down, lowest level. Fuck you. If you can't read my chicken scratch handwriting, that's fine. It's only for me anyway. Doing this art right now is an excuse for me to actually get this fucking video done, because I did intend for, like, oh, I'll work on my commission info, then when I make that live, I'm gonna start the next video again. Because I recorded the audio for this video back in, like, August. Obviously, it's the end of October right now. So, oops. It's been a schminute. And I think the last time I uploaded a video, actually, was, April? Maybe June? I don't remember when well, okay. The last, like, story time video. Quote unquote. Let me listen to the next line. I'm so bummed because I actually had a couple, like, I wanted to watch some of the VODs from Jabroni_Mike that, he did a stream recently about watching horrible mobile ads, and I really wanted to watch that, but I can't because his channel got nuked, and, F in the chat, I hope they reinstate everything, and I guess worst case scenario, he does upload his VODs to YouTube, and I think they did get uploaded, like, before he was banned, so I could watch that VOD on YouTube, probably. But, like, man, I just feel so bad for Mike, because he's been through so much in his streaming career. Getting banned is, like, the last thing that should be happening to him. He's so, like, Little Beepo's misery is increasing. He is Little Beepo. Yeah, nothing new here. Y'all know that I'm the world's most annoying Southern Californian who moved to Pennsylvania. Y'all know what it is. Where? Oh, there's a lasso tool. Good enough, whatever. I will be honest, also. The main thing I wanted to yap about was the 1,000-page Cinder VTuber drama Google Docie. I have a lot of thoughts on that. Most of them being, I can't believe this is fucking real. And, I love consuming drama content. I'm sorry. I know. White woman moment. Y'all are just gonna have to forgive me. But the one last thing I will complain about before I talk about the Cinder Docie. I got a haircut recently. I like doing it myself. And I cut my hair too damn short this time. Oh, it feels so odd. Like, it's so much healthier now. And I had to put off my hair trimming for like a month longer than I wanted to because my fucking hair cutting scissors, I can't even say that they broke, but there's like a gap in between where the blades touch. And that's like, I tried to fix it. I tried everything in my power to fix it, but it just, the blades just don't feel like touching anymore. So I had to get a new pair of scissors, which my dad got me as a birthday present, among other things, which was really nice of him. So I finally did trim my hair, and egads, it is, I'm gonna have to get used to this. And even then, it'll grow long again eventually, but like, where was the line? I missed that line. Oh, you're in Fire Alpaca. Press the B. Thank you. The B! Well, I mean, like, good to know that the scissors work, because it was an incredible cut. Those things are gonna come in super handy. James, I am here. Hello, James! Welcome to the Peepus Room. I'm doing a rare art stream where I'm planning to thumbnail the next video. This is a big, like, this is a chore, quote unquote, that I've been meaning to do, and I just keep, which I keep, like, putting off. Oh, James, thank you for the 5 stream streak. Good to know that you've been here at least 5 times in a row. I didn't realize I completely forgot that I had streaks on, so good to know that I'll have to, make an alert for that. I'll have to, I'm gonna write that down right now, actually, so I don't forget. Freak alert. It's just some doohickey that happen that like where it happens on screen, where it like acknowledges you. Because thank you for being here five streams in a row. What I will do is I will play you a free Peepus Rain. In the meantime, before I get an actual like alert poppin', you get some Peepie Rain. So you may have read the title, James. I just feel like yapping about drama while I work on my video. The first drama that I mentioned earlier was that one of my favorite streamers got banned. And it was for, like, from my understanding, he showed a meme on screen, but that meme had a slur in it, and they nuked him from existence. I'm about to be brain blasted from studying Buddhism, and I'm just glad to be here. I'm so glad! Your brain is gonna get so wrinkled, my dude. Sorry, so I'm writing down, like, the dialogue that I'm gonna be, like, the narration, I should say. That's the word for it, narration. I fucking hate how religion treats women, and it's made me just oof everywhere. Yeah! Yeah. I'm not a fan of that either. Yeah, people be showing slurs everywhere these days, which is, like, so sad, because, like, he's not a streamer who says slurs either. I think he just wanted to show a funny meme, and then Grandpa didn't read. Grandpa forgot to read the meme before he showed the funny. Which, in my defense, calling him Grandpa. That is a recent inside joke that he and his chat do, where he says, like, chat, please help Grandpa. Grandpa doesn't know where to go in the video game, because he's, like, almost 40. So everyone is it's like the old hag version of, like, VTuber women. It's like, God, she's pushing 20? Ugh, disgusting. What a hag. She won't make it very long. Shit like that. But yeah, RIP. I feel like it is something that he'll be able to fix soon. He said that he sent an appeal. And also, it's funny, too, because I think I said this before you showed up. He accidentally showed, like, furry wolfcock porn, like, on stream. And they didn't get him for that. It was a split second of an accidental slur that was not said, as far as I know. But just, like, shown on the screen. Visually. Oopsie poopsie. Because that's not a word that he would say. I love my grandpa. Yeah, the main thing that I wanted to talk about was my thoughts on the Cinder Docky. For anyone who doesn't know, it is fairly rare in Buddhism, but it will randomly say very offensive things. You gotta defend it or let it roll. Like, suddenly, for no reason, the sutra just says, you'll avoid birth as someone deaf or dumb, thankfully. What? And it's like, I don't think anyone wants to be born that way, but can you word that better? Yeah, like, I had to read that a few times to, like, understand what that meant. If I'm right, I think this is... Yeah, that is... It's been a minute since I, listened to the audio for this, because I recorded it back in, like, August. So I don't remember word for word exactly what I said. Almost did a wrong layer. Oops. And also, these boards are subject to change when I actually get around to making the video for real. Sometimes I just like to put in placeholders because I need something to be there, but I have a stronger idea of like what something else will look like. So sometimes I'll just like think of something better when I actually make the video. That's the main reason why I don't like the pipeline, from what I know about it very much as an animator, because I am a person who thinks about like, oh, this would actually be way better if I did this, like in the middle of me making the thing. But if I were to just like go by the pipeline super strictly, then I had to keep using the bad idea that I thought of before because it was on the boards. So I gotta, I don't know. I honestly don't know how it works because you know what I'm gonna say. The sutras regularly list our ton of defects and such, or just generically say, the good news is you'll take a future birth without being ugly, and you're like, the sutra was going so well till then. Goodness, I'm yapping more than you, but I'm so triggered up tonight. I don't blame you! James, it's a yap night. It is a yap- We are wrapped together in blankies in our comfy pajamas, listening to some fall chill hop while we are doing activities, parallel play, etc. So like, you are absolutely welcome. You are welcome to yap just as much as I am, or more so. I just love having someone to hang out with. So I really appreciate you being here. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, when I say something Cinder Google Docky, there is a VTuber on Twitch who goes by the name of Cinder, S-I-N-D-E-R, which, first of all, sick-ass pun, not gonna lie. But, she's a VTuber that was recently outed for, she did not commit any crimes, but she was recently outed as just being a fucking terrible person. And it's really sad, because it is so incredibly disappointing to me that such a rockin' pair of tits could be attached to such a mediocre human being. Well, Hellhound Girl, technically. But y'all know what I mean. So, basically, a couple different people dropped Google Docs about, like, yeah, this is how Cinder treated me. And I was supposed to be, like, one of her friends. And basically it was just, she treated people very transactionally. Like, she would forego plans with friends for, business ventures. And, again, not crimes, but it was just a pattern of behavior that was so, like... I'm gonna redraw this. That's a shit-ass Sona. I mean, Sona is shit-ass, but, like... I should have drawn the body first. Ugh. Okay, good, because like, after reading 3 sutras of how to take birth in Amitabha's Pure Land, and loving the general concept that being a monk gave up to 70 billion eons of practice to make his name, because birth in a special realm for awakening for anyone very awesome and equally based, TBH, but then it has to be totally crapped out parts like, there's no women born in the Pure Land, which is... That is so... I'm sorry, like, I'm saying this as a w. That's actually kind of funny. Not like in a sexist way, like, oh, women deserve it. But like, that is just such an outlandish thing to think. Like, all of these things that are like fantastical about this particular religion, but you draw the line at like, women can't be pure. Women are fucked up and evil. That's just like so the shock of that being so outlandish to me was the thing that was funny. All beings born in the Pure Land are literally golden light and cannot have gender. The line makes no sense and sounds like it's been inserted. Amithaba already said that everyone can take birth there. I'm so flame on this, sorry. You're fine! You're totally fine, James! You are absolutely allowed to be flamed by some dumb shit like that. So Cinder, I've never been the best at like telling stories. So if you really want like an in-depth like breakdown as to everything Cinder did, watching a video about it on YouTube is probably a good idea. I would recommend Mujin, YouTuber Mujin. He did a really well done breakdown of just everything that happened. And that was about like 5 months ago? 5-ish months ago? 6 months ago? And, Cinder, after giving a piss-poor apology at the time, because she was panicked, because she thought that all of her friends were doing a coordinated attack against her, she dropped a 1,000-page document, like last month. Or earlier this month. One of those. Just to, prove to everyone that she was right? Question mark? Modern readings, by and large, see the line as indicated that women's roles will not be applied in the Pure Land. A far more generous reading to account for the inconsistency. Women's roles in India would be something wonderful to give up as part of a Pure Land realm birth. Oh, sorry, you can't see me, but I'm nodding. I need to, like, make my own, like, actual VTuber rig. Because the nuances of my shit-ass reactions cannot be expertly conveyed through a PNG. Or a GIF in this case. I do love me my PNG tuber states, but like... Also, the influencer you are describing as Wilding. She's an independent VTuber who got very big because of her huge, bouncing personality. And the main thing that happened that was the start of her downfall is that she and technically her manager, her manager husband boyfriend, in Arizona's somewhere in there. I don't know. I don't care. Arizona doesn't matter about this. States, whatever. And so her downfall started when she... Oh, come on. Automod. James is allowed to say shit fuck in my chat. On that move of dropping a 1,000-page document reminds me of Darkside Phil dropping all of his own text messages to absolve himself, and so we learned that shit fuck kept, poorly cared for, and let a rabbit die. God, it's been so long since I've heard the name Darkside Phil. The last controversy that I knew about regarding him was that he accidentally jerked off on stream. Like, he accidentally hit go live and then jerked it. That's the last thing I remember about that guy. But oh my god. Yeah, it's the 1,000-page document. She thinks it makes her look better, but it's such a self-report, which I also want to talk about. It's fucking, like, insane. It's so crazy to me, it's, like, funny. It's not funny. To my knowledge, she did not abuse any animals. She did not. Never was that ever brought up. But, like, can you believe that Jerkin incident is 10 years old now? No. That cannot be 10 years old. Am I that old? Oh my god, I am that old, huh? God, it's so, like, the 1,000-page Google Docie made her look so much worse, because before she dropped that doc, it could genuinely be like the world's worst series of miscommunications. But you actually learn in the Google Doc, she drops things that as fact that sound totally normal to her, but are actually like, no one thinks like this. No one is thinking like this. No one is doing it nearly as bad and actively maliciously as you are. You are the only one who thinks like this. In 2015, I was caught thinking my cam was off before a Twitch stream and my face was caught live. ESP last year is part of a documentary where he has to be. It makes me so sad when people refer to Darkside Phil as DSP, because those are my legal name initials. I'm not upset with you, James. You had no idea. But, like, every time I see anyone say DSP and I'm like, I didn't do that! But, like, I get it. Oh, a lot. I'm so sorry to hear that. It's fine. It's fine. One funny thing, the most recent, like, thank you, Vicky. I'll take a fucking sip, babe, just for you. Ah, sippy achieved. I love water. Love me some waiter. So, but the most recent, like, funny thing I heard about Darkside Phil is the, he was doing a review for, like, a shrimp-flavored ramen, and he called it a one-trick pony, and didn't elaborate. My favorite streamer, who was recently banned, Jabroni_Mike, had that as, like, a running joke in his channel, because what the actual shit did he mean by that? I also cannot stop thinking about that. Yes, he called it Raw Moon because he doesn't understand Japanese? He called it Raw Moon? Oh, buddy. I'm not super familiar with DSP, but is he the kind of person who would, like, milk people being mad at him on purpose for views? Like, would he say Raw Moon on, like, wrong like that on purpose? Just because he knows they would piss off the weebs? A fellow detractor to keep tabs on him because I used to like him? Not really, actually. Oh no, so he meant that genuinely. He called it Raw Moon. He's that fucking stupid? Oh, good to know. Good to know. Pennsylvania's kind of shaped like that. I think. I don't remember the other states under here. He also may or may not be divorced. We do not know. I thought he did get divorced? That might have been a long time ago, though. Ugh. I would not be surprised, at least, if he was. He gives off very divorced energy. He broke up with Panda Lee, the girl he may or may not have groomed. I must legally say I do not know or that he may sue. I am not familiar with that, so I'm also gonna say, allegedly, for legal reasons, this is a joke, in Minecraft, etc. I know he was dating a different woman, but I don't remember what happened to her. World's saddest little beepo. Yes, Cat is his wife. Okay, that... Cat is who he blames for now, why he must... Cat is who he blames now for why he must make the stream work, guys, or my wife cannot eat. Yeah, because it's all of chat's fault if Phil doesn't make enough money or whatever. I always... I'm not a fan of people who say things like that. That is as nice a way as I can say that as possible. And good lord, does he rake that shit in through guilt tripping? The unholy trinity of, Darkside Phil, Boogie298, and, probably, I know there's another white guy who's just like that, who also does that. Am I thinking of Wings of Redemption? I will admit, I get Wings of Redemption and Darkside Phil confused a lot. Wings, and then Wings? The man he had on his show as his guest last week? Okay, in my brain, Darkside Phil and Wings of Redemption are literally like the same man to me. I'm sorry. The only reason why Boogie2988 is a different man to me is because he has somehow done, like, worse things. Oh, an ad break already? Ugh. That sucks. That's doo-doo. At least while the ad is going, I'm gonna, like, write down more lines so that I don't have to, like, keep pausing and talking, so I can keep, like, drawing at the same time that I'm yapping with you guys, so... A vibe like that, I guess. Whatever. So... Last week, DSP and Wings basically chatted about how they were both treated poorly by Twitch and were scammed by Twitch being woke? These guys just... These mediocre white men just keep on giving. I would love to yap more about drama and shit with you, James. This ad is gonna start like any second now. I'm just gonna take a break to rest my voice and just write down a couple more lines, and then when I come back, they're walking midlife crises? That's perfect. I love it so much. See y'all in a little bit. Okay, I think the ads are over. Also, I totally forgot to turn my microphone off that entire time, so if you heard me, like, breathing, sorry. When you get back, I'm spilling the Kino Casino and DSPT. Ooh! I don't know who Kino Casino is, but that doesn't sound like a very great username. If that is the username, if I'm correct. Also, if you were curious, James, the lines that I got done writing were basically about how, like, I'm a young person who, doesn't want to live in the middle of nowhere because I like actually going out and doing things. And I do not subscribe to the boomer mindset of, I want to live in the middle of nowhere in dead silence because I hate fucking everyone else on Earth. Which I always thought was weird. But fucking, what do I know? All the boomers tell me that as soon as I get old, I'm gonna want total isolation. Whatever. You know, casinos are Canadian racist, Mr. Rex. Oh, sorry, that almost killed me. That sounds like it sucks. Not gonna lie. But DSP got involved with them because you thought it would save the business? Oh no. Oh no. You can't be doing that, white baby. He fucking loves talking about how he will save the business, aka his streaming. Oh, whatever, man. Have you considered, like, not being mediocre? Doing literally anything else? God, I still can't believe that this entire time, fucking Ned Fulmer ex-Try Guy, after cheating on his wife, he apparently the entire time had a fucking STEM degree. He could have gone back into STEM after cheating on his wife. And he decided to stay in content creation where he's in front of the camera because he can't fucking let it go. That's so, like... That guy sucks. I'm sorry. That, like, a lot of guys suck. That guy also sucks. Wing sounds like he sucks. DSP sounds like he sucks. Kino Casino sounds like it sucks. But like, ugh. That shit is so ass. Just get the fuck off of the internet. Everyone hates you, bro! Anyway, Kino took his ass for a ride and dumped him harder than Kat's workout routine DSP insists she needs to do. Alright, no shaming, but DSP basically hates his wife because she gained weight after marriage and it's really cringe as hell. Oh, my bitch wife! Oh, how dare she gain a few pounds after she married me. It's not like, it's almost... My stressing her out is supposed to stress her out so bad it makes her lose weight! I'm sorry, I should not be saying awful things like that. Like, I don't know anything about Kat, but I definitely, like, need her to leave his ass. Like, I don't know if this is a situation in which they both suck, or, like, Kat did nothing wrong, but, I mean, does not excuse DSP's behavior either way. You cannot be treating your wife like that, my man! That's not very cash money of you. Maybe if you didn't hate your bitch wife, maybe people would respect you more and give you more money. Is hating your bitch wife really that much of a incentive for you to do? For you to give up financial gain from... So I think Kat sucks as well because you got to hear from Kat's sister when she went on... Brace yourself. Kiwi Farms. Ooh. F in the chat for that. Very sad to hear. She gave proof who she was, basically showed that Kat is hyper-Christian religious. Also, she can't leave his ass because she doesn't believe in divorce and shit. Potentially. Dad, F in the chat. Maybe they deserve each other. I don't know. No problem with being religious, but apparently Kat genuinely thinks DSP is the ideal Roman Catholic. I want to hear her argument as to why she thinks that's the case. That sounds genuinely so interesting to me right now. Again, as someone who loved eating up the 1,000-page Cinder VTuber drama Google Docie, because I just loved delving into the psychology behind that person, of why she is the way that she is, I gotta know why Kat thinks that DSP is the ideal Roman Catholic. I have to know. I'm so interested as to why. As someone who was raised, like, Spanish Catholic. I know not really that much, but like a little bit. I gotta know. I have to know. Catholic. Not anything else, just Catholic. Roman Catholic. That's kind of incredible. I'm sorry. He thinks DSP has strong moral values? Because he will not take money from gaming companies or play into Twitch's games? I mean, I guess I understand the admiring the not selling out, but, because DSP now signed a contract that lets him say anything, he can get paid by Kick streaming. Okay, I guess. Kick moment. I mean, if he started streaming on Kick, then, like, I feel like that in and of itself is a bad sign. I've never heard of anyone who started streaming on Kick to save their business, and, anything good coming from it. He mostly streams on YouTube, to be clear, but he is a big Kick stan. Well, then why don't you marry it? Oh, he can't because he's already married to his bitch wife. I'm sorry, I don't know anything about her. I'm sorry. She could genuinely be, like, a nice person to interact with. I don't know. I mean, the Kiwi Farms thing maybe makes me think otherwise, but she could... I only make the joke bitch wife over and over again because it's the meme that men hate their wives. It's not because she's actually, like, a bitch or anything. Because he's made it very clear that he does not seem to like his wife for some reason. But, I don't even remember where I was going with the bitch wife thing. I just... DSP also got upset that Kat's sister had sex with someone from the Kiwi forums willingly? What? An adult has consensual sex with another adult and he's mad about it? Is there some shit that I'm missing? Or is that or did I basically just say exactly what happened? Because, huh? You got to talk to the head of Kiwi Farms and got the most amazing response ever. I'm sorry, DSP, but I cannot unfuck your sister? Not even DSP's sister, it was his wife's sister. So that's like 2 degrees... No, DSP just want to control. What does her sister have anything to do with that? Am I stupid? Am I reading this wrong? Because that sounds fucking stupid. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. I do fucking love the I can't unfuck your sister. That's... They should have sex more. Just out of spite. I mean, if it was good and they like each other. To be more centered, but like, The sister showed up in the forum labeled DSP on Kiwi Farms, and DSP got hella mad saying, "I hate Kiwi Farms. Please don't have my sister-in-law fucking in there." It's an open forum, so that's not how it works. I so cannot, like, comprehend whatever his mindset might be, that I have no idea what his fucking problem is with it. Like... Again, that's why I want to, like, dissect these people's brains. It also implies that DSP goes on the site at night to look at it? But he hates Kiwi Farms, to be clear. But he hates it, as he said. But it implies he goes on site at night to look at it. But... Brother... Right, but somehow he knows everything about his section of it. Oh! Oh, I forgot, he's one of those Googlers! He's one of the self-Googlers. He loves Googling himself. He loves searching his own name in the search search engines, doesn't he? Right? He somehow right, but he somehow he knows everything about his section of it while still disavowing and hating the site. Lol. Yeah, lol indeed. Brother! You're doing everything wrong! There's a fountain there. I don't remember. You can pretend this is a photo of, like, the Harrisburg Capitol building. I don't know. Yes, we know DSP loves looking himself up on every site. That's like the #1 way to fucking hurt yourself. That is like the internet version of self-harm. Come on, man. When will you learn? And get dragged back into BS too. Oh, brother. Come on, man. You're like 50! I actually don't know how old he is, but he... You have to be doing something else with your life by now, man. I don't remember what cameras look like. Pretend I am a tourist. God, I love just dissecting the brains of people who are just certifiably, like, unwell. Like, again, about this, about the Cinder thing. There is a time in which she, like, there's another streamer that she doesn't like. And she and her boyfriend, manager, husband, like, hired someone to basically be a mole in that streamer's private Discord server just to, like, find dirt on her. And they were talking about that, like, they just, like, naturally, like, normally dropped that, like, in the document, as if it meant nothing. Like, they said, like, oh yeah, we found Silver Whale is a bad person because when we hired a mole to look into her server, they said she was a bitch. And I'm like, you did what? You what now? No, go back. Go back a couple steps. What do you mean? You got someone to, like, go inside her... Please tell me what's wrong with your brain. I have to know. It's delicious. But anyway, he apparently called a lawyer and has a new quest at age 48. I was like joking that he was 50. I thought he was closer to 40. But no, 48? He wants to sue restreamers on YouTube because people who upload unedited clips and people who upload unedited clips because he says, I believe that thanks to H3H3 suing Hassan Abi's content nuke, I can now pursue this and get my money back for my content. Private dick for Discord. Yeah, basically, because the person that they hired ended up being like one of the other streamers' mods, and so he was like, he got like the inside scoop, I guess, and that mod like didn't like Silvervale already for some reason, but then, like, why was he modding for her? But, they dropped that shit in like it meant fucking nothing. Like nothing about that behavior at all. No mention of it. Just that, oh yeah, our fucking private investigator who broke into this person's private Discord server found all this bullshit that she did, and that's why she's a bad person. Huh? There was also a huge thing about... I'm sorry. I meant to say hours ago. Not hours, but, like, I meant to say a very, very long time ago. The reason why Cinder was even put on the spot was because, the main artist that she worked with that made her model... and made most of her models, was an artist who, over the course of many years, she just kind of treated that artist, like, worse and worse, but under the guise of, it's only because I care about you, type shit. And the artist, in her very short, like, 3-page tops Google Doc, she showed Discord messages of her talking to Cinder and Cinder's boyfriend, manager, husband. I keep saying that because Cinder always called him her manager, but secretly they were actually in a romantic relationship. And then recently, as in, like, it was accidentally, like, dropped, like, last week. Turns out they were actually married the whole time. So, like, we don't know how long that they have been married, but they were married the whole time, and he was acting as her manager. Which, for legal reasons, I mean, conflict of interest, I guess, but, like, you can do that. But also he did so many things as her manager that, legally, she would still have to answer to, because they are both calling him her manager. And the way that managers work is that they legally speak on behalf of you. So she kept arguing that anything that my manager said to this person is not what I said or believed. Even though I'm sorry, that's not how that works. You can say that all you want. But legally, for legal reasons, because you were calling him your manager, legally, his words can be used against you in a court of law. And shit like that. So it doesn't matter if you didn't actually believe anything that he said, or if you didn't know what he said to the other people that he was talking to on your behalf. You still, quote-unquote, hired him to be your manager. Anyway, that poor artist, she was basically told to, like, cancel models and start a blacklist of other creators and other streamers and only work for Cinder and no one else but Cinder. And Cinder... So because the artist who worked with Cinder talked to other people about this and basically was like, hey, Cinder has been treating me like this. Is this normal? And everyone else that she talked to about it was like, no. And so that's why everything dropped. Where they were, I'm not gonna go as far as to say that they were abusing this artist. I'm sorry, I've not even like been drawing. I've just been like, I've been fiddling with the pen because this tea gets me like so scorching hot. Ugh. I actually don't know what to put in that square, whatever. But like, so not everyone found out, like, basically she asked the artist to like cancel other people's projects. Let me, ban that guy. Cool, okay. PP whacked. Okay, I will read real fast what James said earlier. Yeah, DSP also said in a recent stream, weirdly, my dad should be dying soon, so we will have a monetary influx, guys. Like, what? What? If that's really how you think about it, then, like... fuck off, man. I made my narration too vague. I don't know why my brain's not working with- I'm not sure why my brain is not working. I'll just like write down more lines and then maybe it'll come to me. But yeah, so ever since the artist like basically dropped a Google Doc being like, Cinder's been treating me like this the whole time. And Cinder was like, well, we, as in her and her manager boyfriend husband, we never told you to cancel the models. We only suggested it multiple times and guilt-tripped you about it and made you feel awful whenever you said no, that you weren't canceling models yet and all that other kind of stuff. But we never manipulated you into canceling the models. It was totally your choice that you did that by yourself. Here's a single Discord message where you yourself said, like, something, quote-unquote, I'm a free woman, I can do what I want. About, like... canceling the models, but I'm like, no, all the extra DMs that you have showed me in this Google Docie are just show me even more proof that you were manipulating and being an asshole to this person. Like, I'm sorry, I'm seeing this with my eyes. Because I can read and shit. You're making yourself look worse. And then multiple times throughout the 1,000 pages, they're like, we never forced her to cancel the models. She did it on her, she did it by herself. And yet, at the same time, at the same fucking time, Cinder could not conceive of the idea that the artist name is Nano, that Nano could... She was convinced that Nano did not write her own document. She was convinced that a completely different VTuber who was competition to her wrote the document for Nano. And like forced Nano to drop it. And it just reminded me so much of the way that my grandmother would treat me sometimes. Because I will just say that abusers cannot conceive of their victim making their own choices unless it benefits them. Like, oh, she made her own choices when she decided to cancel the models and just to work with us and take our blacklist. We did not manipulate her into doing that. She did that herself. But other people manipulated her into going against me. I never manipulated her. She did her own project canceling despite me and my manager, boyfriend, husband telling her multiple times over the course of many, many months that she should do this. But, like, she was manipulated against me by these other people. They cannot conceptualize... Abusers cannot conceptualize their victims making their own decisions. They only think in terms of when the victim does something that benefits me, that is their decision. But when the victim does something that does not benefit me, they were manipulated into doing so because I can't make their own decisions. That was like such a self-report to me. I mean, you're free to be as free as a person as you want to be until you want to go and indiscriminately hurt others for the sake of hurting for personal gain. A lot of it was financial gain, to my knowledge. Like, she sabotaged a bunch of, like, this artist would draw, Cinder's VTuber models, but then the artist would also draw a bunch of her friends' VTuber models. Not random people. People who were personally Cinder's friends. So, personal gain, yeah, maybe, but she was so deeply insecure that her personality was not enough. She was convinced that she needed this one specific artist's art style to, like, be an individual. This is now very out of context because I posted it way back when you were chatting it up. I'm sorry, I wanted to... I yapped... Sir yaps a lot. I'm sorry. I'm Sir yaps a lot. I'm Madame yaps a lot. I should have read that earlier. I'm sorry. I got too busy yapping. But it generally applies to. Yeah. God, it just... Whenever this person does something that I want them to do, then it's their choice. And just coincidentally, it benefits me. But whenever they do something that I do not like, then they were manipulated against me, to do that. My grandmother was also like that. Like, if I had an idea that was not hers already, that she applied to me, then she was like, who gave you that idea? As it, like, absolutely not at all considering that I may have had a thought of my own. I may have, like, conceived a thought with my single brain cell all by myself. That is, like, not something that she ever considered. It was not something that, like, ever crossed her mind. It is like, there is, like, a negative void in which that thought would have taken place. It's like they fool themselves into thinking that the victims need to be, like, guided around. Like they attach you to a leash, and they think that the leash is for your own good. And also your fault. When the leash goes slack and the dog walks beside you, you're always like, good dog! Dog is doing exactly what I want it to do. But when the dog looks at something else and stretches the leash, and it kind of hurts your arm a little bit, that's a dog doing something bad. Because someone told... Not because the dog wanted to sniff the flower on its own merits, but because someone told the dog to sniff the flower. I don't know. That analogy kind of went off the rails. I'm sorry. People like that generally do not want to see other people happy, which is so sad. Because, like, all of her friends were, like, they loved lifting her up. And she was just, like, she just was secretly sabotaging all of their creative projects, all of their financial, not financial projects, that's stupid, but, like, she was getting projects that they were working on canceled because she didn't want the artist that she liked to work with anyone else because she was afraid that if there were more VTuber models made by that artist, then she, Cinder, would not be unique enough to stand out, to gain an audience. And she already had, like... God, what was the concurrent viewers? She had like 40k viewers or some shit. I don't know. She was really, really popular. Like, when she came back to streaming after her hiatus and after her Google docu drop, she got like $30,000 in just in bits, because the people still love her. And her two giant bouncing personalities. Yeah, people like that are egoistic hedonists. They want to sap all pleasure as if it was a concrete resource and that morally must belong to them alone. It's so ass! Cause like... It's not like people can't be fans of more than one streamer. Like, if it really bothers you that much, you can maybe stream at a different time slot, so that your time does not overlap with anyone else's, which I don't think that they did. I think they already strammed at, like, different times anyway. And it was just so, like... She was also convinced that it was a coordinated attack against her. Like, she was convinced that Nano, the artist, all these other VTubers that she thought were her friends, all did this to her, and in a coordinated effort, on purpose, just to cancel her, just so they could receive financial gain. And I could just smell that that's not what was happening. I think Nano, the artist, talked to, like, one or two people, being like, hey, I was just wondering, is this normal behavior? That someone is allowed to treat me like this? And everyone else and then the one or two people that she showed it to were like, no, it isn't. And then because there were so many people involved, only because there were so many people that Cinder and her manager, boyfriend, husband, like, listed as people that should be blacklisted. So the only reason that it was a quote-unquote, I am personally being attacked by the establishment. Sounds familiar! Sounds familiar! Oh, I gotta take a sippy. I'm like yelling. I'm like so intensely like, bruh, about this. It's such a self-report because no one thinks like that. Oh my god, bruh. Nobody planned this coordinated attack against you. This was not like a months in advance planned thing that they were going to do to you from the beginning, because they all secretly hated you and they were all planning your downfall from day one. I didn't realize you were such a shitty person because you were treating the artist like this, and you actually secretly hated all of us because you were sabotaging our projects and treating the artist who works with us like garbage if she ever worked with anyone who wasn't you. So yeah, a lot of people did not like Cinder from that point on. At the same time, sure, because of her own actions. I don't know what to tell you, fam. I hate to break it to the streamer. No one phoned the Luminardi to coordinate an underground attack to your voluminous bouncing brains. It's so sad. She's such a cute design too. I fucking love her art. I actually like genuinely fucking love her concept art and shit. Like, I love her design. It's so cute and cool, and it looks so good. It is such a shame that such huge, voluptuous personalities are attached to such a genuinely awful person to be around, it sounds like. Like, again, as I said earlier, she, like, hired one of a different streamer's mods to just go into her private, paywalled server just to, like, get dirt on her. No one does that! You are the only person who is doing it that wrong! No one thinks like this. And they're like, oh, this streamer hates me so much. They keep planning their gamer subs drops conveniently a week before or after my gamer subs drops. And I'm like, I promise you this person is not thinking about you at all. This person barely knows that you exist, does not give a shit about you. You are never in her thoughts, ever. She is not planning a coordinated attack to get people to buy her gamer subs merch instead of your gamer subs merch. She is just doing she's just doing her job in her collaboration with gamer subs. You are the one taking it personally. So convinced that everything that whenever she did something, it was a coincidence. But whenever anyone else does something, it was a coordinated attack. Secretly planned from day one. One of those people. God, I could smell how little not how little these people cared about her, because they cared about her a lot because they thought she was their friend, but nobody was thinking about her the same way she thought about everyone else. And it's not to sound like Reddit, but it really sounded like a lot of it was also because of her manager boyfriend husband, because they both admit the ideas in which she felt like she needed to be more competitive with her own friends came from him, and it just rubbed off on her. They both agree on that. So I don't mean to sound like Reddit, but I think she should dump his ass. I mean, I know that they're married, so it's kind of harder to just dump someone's ass. But, like, and I don't know what their relationship is like behind closed doors. I don't know them personally. It just sounds like they're not happy together. But they've been together for so many years and years and years that they can't, like, they can't conceive of a life without each other, despite how much he has hurt her. Hurt her career, hurt her personally, hurt her friend group. The USA makes keeping a marriage easier than ever, enough thanks to how healthcare is shared. Wait, I have to reread that. You know what? You're so right. The USA makes keeping a marriage easier than ever thanks to how healthcare is shared. I don't know what he does for a job. He could have, like, a government job for all I know. Probably not, but, like, Cinder makes enough money, even after being canceled, to the point where I'm positive that she can support herself and her boyfriend, manager, husband. Like, just on her income alone. He could be the, he could potentially be the house husband fail guy. I don't know. The one thing that I think was maybe pissed me off the most that makes, like, actually no impact. Healthcare premiums are cheaper if you're married. Yeah, you know what? That makes sense then. But also, one could just legally marry another person just for the healthcare benefits, but, like, not have to make them their manager, boyfriend, husband? I don't know. Maybe I'm talking crazy. I don't know. Because, like, Sam will jokingly call himself my, you know, I jokingly call him my PR manager, because sometimes if he's, like, on my YouTube channel and, like, just doing whatever, like, I'm doing whatever, he will sometimes answer comments, not in my stead, but he'll, like, if someone asks a question, like, he will answer it before I get to it. It's not like he's making business decisions for me. I call him my PR manager completely, like, facetiously, as a joke. He does not actually, like, do anything like that for me regarding my famous YouTube and Twitch career. And even if he did, even if he did, I trust Sam to not be as... I shouldn't... The man was making up headcanon. The man, as in, like, the manager, boyfriend, husband, was making up, like, basically his own headcanons as to what people were already like, and sabotaging them based on made-up reasons. And, like, he acknowledges this. I guess? That's still not good. You still shouldn't do that. Like, even if they were a quote-unquote whiny person, that still doesn't mean that you should, like, cancel all of their creative opportunities for them. What's wrong with you, bro? Correct, several even now take up marriages in Canada, UK, Australia for the healthcare. Like, the power of healthcare related to marriage is insane right now. Oh, yeah, I believe that. God, do I so believe that right now? Okay, I only ever heard of this being a thing in, fiction. So but it's like realistic fiction, so I genuinely don't know if this is a real thing in real life. Is it, like, illegal to marry someone that you don't love? I know that this sounds stupid. I know that this sounds really stupid, me saying that out loud, but the reason I say it like that is because there was a fictional story in which, someone who was in the army, had to marry another person. Okay. There's a person in the army, he needed an excuse to be taken seriously for some reason, and he married a girl, and for the sole purpose of him being taken seriously. She needed to marry someone because her health insurance just, like, dropped her, and she's diabetic. So she needed to marry someone for healthcare reasons. So, like, maybe it is just a thing in the army, question mark? But the big thing in that story was that they couldn't let anyone find out that they didn't marry each other because they didn't love each other. They couldn't let anyone know that they married each other for utility reasons, and that they didn't actually, like, love each other. She needed the healthcare, and he needed the, taken seriously-ness. I think he had a drug problem, actually, I don't remember, but he needed to marry someone else. He needed to marry someone for some reason. So they did not... They needed to fake being in love. Or else, like, he would go to jail. I don't know. Is that, like, a thing that can happen? Is the army, like... Does the US Army, hate utility marriages? Or something? Yeah, you can marry someone for utility reasons, basically. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I was so confused when I was presented with the, with this fictional scenario in which actually he'll go to jail if he ever says that he's not in love with this person. My heart defect actually means that, God forbid I ended up single again, I would basically put up a post saying, I will clean their house forever in exchange for marriage in a country with universal healthcare. Oh. I mean, you and Bird seem happy, so I mean, good for y'all. I don't know. That... That's BS. He would not get in trouble. Okay, so that is stupid. That is a stupid premise for a story. Because, like, technically it was a romance, so, like, they marry each other at first for utility purposes, but, like, in being married, they secretly fall in love with each other. Hilariously, they do find out that he was not in love with her when they first got married, and see, he does go to jail. That's a dumb book. Yeah, he actually goes to jail for not loving her when they first got married. They, like, find out somehow, like it was a provable fact. And they get him, even though, like, when he gets arrested for it, he actually is in love with her. Stupid-ass book! I think it was a book made into a movie? That's just, so that is dumb as hell. So that's not, it's not illegal to, it was like so specifically like, we can't let anybody know that we don't love each other, that we did not get married because we don't love each other, because we both needed utility out of it, because the army will arrest you. So that is stupid. Oh my god. Okay, so it's not just me. Stupid ass book. You cannot quantify an emotion in that way beyond making a moral judgment, but you cannot turn that into a hard legal... You cannot quantify an emotion in that way beyond making a moral judgment, but you cannot turn that into a hard legal judgment. That's so ass. Because it was like... It was also like an enemies to lovers story because she's like a liberal who believes in free healthcare. And he's like, I love going to the desert and killing Arabs. Actually, what did they call them in the movie? Arabs? That, basically. So, you know... It was one of those. I love going to the army. I love going across borders and committing war crimes versus I'm diabetic and I'm going to die if I don't get insulin. I need healthcare really, really bad right now. Those were the characters. And they fall in love. And neither one of them, I don't believe either one of them changed their belief system or anything. You know, now that I'm remembering it, I think the movie/book was called Purple Hearts. It was something that came out, like, some years ago, so it's been a while since I've thought about it. But I remember that, he'll get arrested and kicked out of the army if they find out that he doesn't love her. Like, they got legally married. Like, there was no legal process that went wrong. It was specifically... He married her without loving her. That would have gotten kicked him out. That would have gotten him arrested and kicked out of the army type shit. Like, if I see someone crying and they claim that they are not sad, I can make a moral judgment that they are a liar about their emotional state. But I cannot bring them to court and try them on their emotional state. You cannot prove such as a discrete case. Like, crying in anguish. Okay. I see what you're saying. That does sound dumb as hell. No, I have not been drawing very much. I'm so sorry, chat. I've just been, like, absolutely just yapping everyone's ears off. Hey, we love yapping. Yeah, like, yeah, like, what you say makes sense, James. Like, if you saw someone crying, and they say, I'm not sad, I'm not crying, you might think in your brain, that's not true. I can see that you're crying because you're sad, but okay. You cannot sue them over it. You cannot make them go to jail because they lied about crying. Like, why they were crying. And this whole fucking book is based on judging a couple's, that's two people's long-term emotional states regarding an insanely complex emotion, romantic love, then taking them over to court for it for legal repercussion? Oh, James, I'm so sorry if I started you on something. It was not my intention to make you heated about another fucking thing when you were already heated about the fucking sutra and their weird hatred of women. I'm so sorry to have gotten you started about another thing. Like, yeah, if you do want to look into, like, the details, I'm positive that the book is called Purple Hearts. I just don't remember the author's name, but it was a big, like, Netflix original movie or something like that that came out a few years ago. And, the premise is that a woman who has diabetes and gets dropped from her health insurance has to marry a guy in the army for his health insurance, and he has to marry her for, like, some reason. He had a drug problem and needs, like, money. I don't know. I didn't even say the stupid part of the sutra. Oh no! What perchance is the stupid part of the sutra, James? Oh, sorry. I'm so full of burps. I had dinner, like, right before starting stream. And I had a ginger ale, but it was, like, flat. So, because it was from, like, yesterday or 2 days ago. So I'm not as burpy as I would be, I don't think. Just, spilling water all over myself for some reason. Why are you drippy? Why the hell is my gamer sub bottle drippy? Am I stupid? Some schools of Pure Land disagree over a fairly important detail. Does saying Amithaba's name with faith ensure your birth in this Pure Land or not? Half the schools say yes, that's it, and you're assured of birth in the Pure Land, and Amithaba will guide and train you after death. I'm enraptured. Hilariously. Oh shit. My canvas. Half say, no, you must keep 5 precepts, practice 10 good deeds all your life, and Amithaba may guide you on your deathbed or not. And you need to chant on your deathbed, or you are fucked. I thought the whole thing about, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I thought the whole thing about religion was like unconditional love or something? Or maybe I'm just thinking about, Christianity? As Jesus taught it? I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Wait. And we'll take rebirth in another realm based on your accumulated karma instead of the Pure Land. So are they trying to boil it down to like a mathematical thing? Like, if you have to do all these like prerequisites, and then we look at your GPA, and then we figure out if you graduate? That's what it sounds like to me, to be completely honest. Wait. Idea. Oh shit, for real? Okay, well, I guess I'll take this opportunity to, like, write more, narration down, but, let me just sketch this real fast. Which sort of invalidates, in my opinion, the whole fucking point of what Amitabha trained for eons for. He literally said in the longer Pure Land Sutra, "I have come to provide a way of assurance and ease for all sentient beings, so that any who say my name even 10 times or 1 time will be assured of birth." If that's his direct teaching, then, like, yeah, what is the other camp even fucking talking about? Hello? Misreading moment. Alright, well, I'm gonna write a couple more lines down. I'll see y'all in a bit. I want to tell a story about how I made friends from a stalker. Be back soon! Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Peepers Room. I wrote a couple more lines down. I hope I kept everyone attached with that cliffhanger of I made friends through a stalker because yeah, I was thinking about it in the shower today and I just remembered being very funny after the fact. So like, also just the other camp is gatekeeping crack fucking killed me. They just want to gatekeep shit and be shitty, I think. A stalker? Yeah! James, I technically have had 2 stalkers in my life before even becoming a content creator. First guy was, so, okay, for both of them, I actually did not know the extent of the stalking. All I know is that it was happening, but they were not interacting with me directly. The first guy, how do I describe this guy? Well, he had a multi-page call-up post against him posted recently. A Google Docie, if you will. Which I was actually a part of in calling him out for behavior that he's done before. He had, stalking and rape threats, charges. Like, he was arrested for them in the state of Connecticut? Yeah, he has, like, actual, like, crimes under his belt and shit. So, the reason why he knows about me is because we used to be friends when we were in, like, no, sorry, when I was in middle school and he was in high school. Okay. I don't like saying it because, like, cringe, but, when he was, like, 17, he dated me when I was 13 for, like, a few months. Which, the age gap is questionable, I know. In my defense, I was 13. There's no way that I would have known, I guess. This is a guy who I had only ever known through the internet. So it was long distance until he dumped me. Then after he dumped me, he got, like, mad about it. And then he... Before me, he dated another person who was even younger. So, like he was... I think his pronouns are he, him now, so... But this was, like, pre his transiting. So but that person was, like, 12 at the time? Anyway. That person that he used to date was very mean to me when we were dating. Which is unfortunate, but, like, again, we were literal children. And, eventually we had a falling out many years later. We as in, like, me and the dude that I dated. Turns out he was actually, like, a very not good person. He reconnected with the other person that he dated. And, did some crimes. Attempted some actual PDF file, actions. Did not succeed. Because the other person's, like, mother was there. Mercifully. But still, groomed that person very badly. To the point where they're still affected by it mentally to this day. And that's not cool. And I hope he rots in hell. Good lord. Yeah, right? Good actual lord. So basically, that guy was so mad that I was just, like, living my best life that I think when he and the other person he dated were still on good terms, I think he used to, like, ask them to spy on me? Or he would just do it himself, but he had me blocked on everything, and we blocked each other on everything, and yet every few years I would find, like, one account that I forgot to block him on, and he would try to contact me through there to call me a bitch or something. And then I just block him on that, and then I would just block him on that. The funniest and most recent one was when I first started streaming. like last year. He posted a comment. First, I did not know that he had a YouTube channel. But he posted a comment on one of my VODs saying, "Lol, I'm your only viewer, get wrecked." Which is like... It's so fucking funny. It's so stupid and funny because, one, he's not. Like, what the fuck are you literally fucking talking about, my man? Other people are like commenting and chatting in chat. Like, what? So anyway, YouTube does not have a good block system, as in it doesn't really have a block system at all. You can only like report someone, and you can like what is essentially like mute someone. So I muted his ass on all my channels, both of them. Such shit behavior, goodness, yeah. If you want, I can link the Google Docie that's about him. It actually shows the... Because I just gave my, like a written account of everything that he's done to me, which was really not that much compared to other people. I was one of the lucky ones. But the person that he used to date, who was the other person I was referring to, I'm really glad that the person who made the Google Docie talked to them, because they had some scathing actual, like, proof of him being a PDF file. Evidence. And the authorities were contacted. I don't actually know anything else about it. I'm not gonna lie and say I didn't look at the Google Doc to see if there was any more updates, but eventually I stopped pretty soon. Pretty soon after. Just because I was curious, but, like, the last update that I got was that there were authorities contacted about that. I've dealt with people like him, I'm good, but people like him are just screwed in a big way. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, you think that they're super nice, and then you, like... You do something totally innocent, and then they're like, why don't you... What? And then suddenly the person is, like, threatening suicide because you didn't, like, talk to him every hour of every day or whatever the fuck. Like... Yeah, but anyway, me and that person that he used to date are friends now. Like, we used to be friends, like, before they dated, and then, like, after we dated, there was, like, a big, why did you date my ex? I hate you. We're 13 years old type of thing. And then, like, a few years later, we were both like, hey, that kind of sucked. That guy kind of sucked, didn't he? And then we became friends. We don't talk that often, and I do feel kind of bad about that, but I still think about him as in the friend who used to date him. Not the bad guy, but, like, the friend I'm talking about. Sorry, I hope I'm not being too vague to a point where it's confusing. It's because I don't want to say his name. But, like, there's a reason why I never trust a man named Lucas. As soon as I hear about, like, oh, this person was in a lot of drama recently, and I watch the video because I love inhaling drama content that has nothing to do with me, and I find out that the guy who's stuck in the controversy, his name is Lucas, and I'm like, oh, of course, naturally. I'm sorry, that is mostly a joke. I'm sure there are some really good Lucases out there. I just don't know any. Lamau. But yeah, so I became... He would apparently just every so often just, like, find an account that I did not block him on and just, like, message me some awful shit, and I'm like, it's been, like, 10, 15 years, bro. Can you think about literally anything else? But I'm happy to be friends with the other person that I used to date, because I love that person. I hope he's doing alright. I feel kind of bad because his mentee is not great. But I still think about him sometimes, as in my friend. I know they're both he, him now, I'm sorry. But yeah, that stalker sucked. But there's another person who I knew in high school. We used to be friends in high school, and she graduated and went to university out of state, And she had... I'm actually not 100% sure what happened, but looking back on it, I think it was very severe stress-induced psychosis. Like, she had, like, an actual, like, psychotic breakdown. And I'm trying to use that term as accurately as possible from the way that she behaved and the way that everything happened. She was very sheltered, kind of like I was. Suddenly went out of state to a four-year university to do something really complicated, like, she was studying aerospace engineering or something like that. Like, something really intense. Like a STEM thing that, like, will break you in half. And, I think that's what happened. I think it broke her, mentally. Because she just kind of 180'd into the everyone is out to get me type of person. Like, all the group chats were just her being like, I knew that I could never trust any of you. It's been a long time, so I'm trying to remember. I was like 17, 18. So literally 10 years ago when this all like blew up. At the time I felt so bad. Because I feel like even as a teenager I could tell like something was wrong. Like, this person would not be like this if something didn't happen to them. But, like, it still sucked, because she was basically turning on people who she had known for, like, years and years. All for a suspected, like, slight. I think the thing that happened that, like, pushed her over the edge, that, like, quote-unquote, or that we, as in her friends, did, was that she used to draw a lot of, like, fan art for our OCs. And again, she was just, like, a hobby artist. She was a hobbyist. She wanted to get into something, she wanted to get into STEM as, like, her career. Which, hey, that totally happens. That happens. That's great. Good for her. But she still thought of herself as the artist out of all of us, even though out of, like, the 6 people that were in that group chat, me and another person were also artists, of which both of us, went to school for it, and now do it professionally, or at least try to do it professionally. But she still thought of herself as the artist, and when we started when she had to take a break from the group chat for her mental health. And I'm like, okay, totally understand. And then just we made a different group chat with another artist person because, like, me and the other artist friend were talking about it beforehand. So this had nothing to do with her. Because this is just another friend that I just wanted to get to know. But because we were talking to that person at the same time that she needed to take a break, she exploded, assuming that we were replacing her with another artist. Again, assuming that she was the only person who, like, drew art, when a lot of us did. But we were replacing her because we just wanted her to draw our characters for us. And she, like, called us names, and, that person did a lot of awful shit. Not, like, life-ruining shit, but just, like... I've never seen someone burn so many bridges all at the same time. It was one of those. That's awful, yeesh, but I can see how, yeah... I do think it was like a whole, I think it was like a death by 1,000 cuts kind of thing. Because I know that she was stressed from school. She was in a completely new place at this school, out of state, to a place that she's never been to before. She doesn't know anybody there, because I don't think anyone else that she knew was also going to that school. It was just... I understand how she might have been in a really bad headspace. I don't think that excuses or justifies any of her behavior towards us. But it was sad. I'm more sad about it. I was more sad about it than anything, because I could feel... Yeah, I feel bad leaving right now because this seems very intensive, both people, I mean. I just need to start prepping for work tomorrow, basically, and I hope your stream goes well. Thank you so much, James, I appreciate it. I will try to say really fast. I found out I made a different friend through this person because someone that she made friends with while she was at school, that person, there's a different person that reached out to me who was like, hey, do you know this person? Referring to her. Because she's been asking me to, like, spy on you and some other friends for the past, like, for the past, like, 2 years. And we were like, fucking what? So she never interacted with us, but she wanted to keep tabs on us all the time for some reason. And she didn't want to do it herself, so she got this other person to do it. And she was like, yeah, I'm not friends with her anymore because she's, unwell. And we were like, yeah, we noticed that too, so we became friends. That's all. So everything's fine now. I don't interact with either of those people at all. I hope you have a great night, James. Have a good work tomorrow. I hope nobody tries you, etc. Like, I gotta see you order. Gotcha, thank you. Yeah, that's basically it. There was like one more like kind of funny story, but I can save that for another time for you. But yeah, everything's all good. Have a great night, James. Thank you for coming to the Peepus room. So just expanding on a couple more details, because I basically did just give James, like, the rundown of what happened. Like, years later, when all of us are in college by now, like, late college, a person I had never heard of reached out to me and said, hey, do you know this person? And I was like, oh, yeah, I used to know them in high school, but we stopped being friends, around the time when they started going to university. Why? Because I used to be friends with them, and they asked me to stalk you. As if that was a normal thing for friends to ask friends. And we were like, holy shit! So that was, crazy. But yeah, like, the person who reached out to me and said that, like, had already stopped being her friend. Which is, I'm glad that person got out of there. Something like that, whatever. Sure. Yeah, actually, what are his... I think his pronouns are he, him right now. I think he just changed them recently. I can double check real fast, actually. I follow them on Tumblr. Yeah, this person. His pronouns are he, they. Okay. His pronouns are he, they. Yeah, so he... I feel so bad because I remember that stalker, him being friends with that stalker girl, and then recently, like a month or so ago, he just, got dumped by, but honestly, he got dumped by what ended up being an abusive ex, and I'm really proud of him for surviving. I had no idea that it was that bad. They are another person who I don't talk to that regularly, but like we're mutuals on social media and shit. I do care them. It's just I can't really do anything from like through the internet. Y'all know how it is. Other than, like, encouraging words. I'm glad that he's doing better. It was just... me noticing how, like, crazy that is. How, wow, this person used to be in an abusive friendship where she would, like, yell at him if he didn't, like, stalk us for her. And years later, he gets dumped by another absolute asshole. Just, Anyway, a story that I thought was, like, funnier? Is, like... Sorry, my moderator boyfriend said that he would be home by, like, 9:30. It is currently 10:30. So I'm just looking to make sure that he's not dead. It says that he's still over at his friend's house, with our friend's house. But, like, at least his phone is still there. I don't know, just making sure he has not been murdered or something. Anyway. The last tea story of the night that I had in mind. There is someone that I used to be on the DeviantArt. That was my rookie mistake. My first mistake already. I mean, also I was like 12, 13, so can you blame me? Okay, cool. I got a text back from him. He can confirm my moderator is not dead. Fuck. Sorry, I said this is... Just wanted to text him back that I'm glad that he's alive. Only because he said he would be back an hour ago. I'm not trying to be his bitch wife who expected him to be home hours ago to, like, dote on my every whim. And how dare he be out with the boys right now. No, it is literally because he told me the timeline of, like, oh yeah, probably the latest I'll be out is like 9:30, and it's 10:30, and I'm like, oh shit, I've been streaming for long enough for... If anything, I suck for not noticing that it was 10:30, so he could have been murdered for over an hour, and I would not have noticed. So if anything, I'm the shitty, neglectful wife. He deserves better than me. Anyway. So when I was on DeviantArt, there were some artists that I used to know who were in like a kind of, not a group chat, it wasn't like the group chat days, they were just like a friend group. I was friends with one of those people, so we would be in the same circles pretty regularly. I had never talked to this person directly, but I had seen them interact with a bunch of other people before. For the sake of, like... excuse me, sorry, I had more burps. Why can't I just have one big satisfying burp? Why do I have to have a bunch of little shitty burps that do nothing? So, for the sake of, like, just an example, her username was, like, Kitsune something. Kitsune whatever. It was something like that. And everyone that I've ever seen her interact with, they called her Kitsune. Oh, Kitsune, that's a great art piece that you worked on. Oh, Kitsune, will you be free at this time for a Skype call or whatever the hell? I don't like songs with lyrics. Sorry. I'm skipping. So, I happened to just be in a group... I happened to be in a... Oh, what was it called? oh, what were they called? Shit, Scribble something. It was one of those, browser programs where you would join, like, not a server, it was like a collaborative drawing board, and there was a text chat that you could communicate with other people there. And I happened to be invited to one by the friend that I knew that was in the friend group, and then and then Kitsune was also there. And so this is my first time, like, directly interacting with her. And I'm like, oh, hi, Kitsune, I love your art. I'm friends with this person. That's why I'm here. We have this person in common, or something like that. And then the text chat room, like, goes silent. And everyone is like, And I'm like, what happened? And then she says, oh, only my friends call me Kitsune. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry? Okay. And to be completely honest, that is where the memory of this situation ends in my brain. I don't remember if I said, so what do I call you? There's a chance I might have just, like, left the group chat after that. I might have just, like, left that drawing room. Because I was so embarrassed. But, like, every single person that I saw her interact with called her Kitsune. Her username was Kitsune something. I don't know what you want from me. I'm sorry, I didn't know that you had a secret other name for peons who were not your friends to call you. Like, genuinely, like, what was the answer there? That's all. No, I've been, like, sucking down water. I actually have to, like, I have to pee real bad, actually. I'm gonna BRB really fast. There is no ad break. I will try to piss fast. I'll BRB. Okay, piss braked. I'm back. I'm still sucking water. Okay. Man, I hope this doesn't fucking, affect my voice for before work tomorrow. You know, actually, while I remember, not Tea, per se, but, oh, J Mad Dog 9912, thank you so much for coming to the Peepus Room. Hi! Welcome, welcome. I actually have already finished talking about all the tea that I was talking about, but I'll try to, like, sum it up pretty briefly. And also I've been trying to work on thumbnailing my next YouTube video, because I make YouTube videos. But I keep yapping so much that I keep forgetting to draw. Yeah, thank you so much for showing up. We do have... It is pretty quiet tonight, but we do have a tradition here in the Peepus Room. That every new chatter gets a sniff. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. You did fail the sniff check. I mean, you got some soap. You got some soap there, though, so you're welcome to stay here. We love everyone in the Peepus Room, stinky or not stinky. And it's just a fun tradition that we like to do. We like to sniff new people. Tea! You say, well, hello, fellow tea enthusiast. Hell yes! Hello, fellow tea enthusiast. I was talking about, I don't know if you're familiar with, like, VTuber drama, but I was talking about the 1,000-page Cinder Google Docie that dropped semi-recently. I'm a huge fan of that. And by huge fan of that, I mean, like, dissecting every page to find out, like, what is wrong with this person. What was I was talking about it earlier, where, like, I have to find my note again. I did heard about some of it when I can, and okay. Like, yeah, the basics are like, so Cinder was a VTuber who is a very pretty lady. And she got very popular very fast, and she made friends. After many years of being friends with them, it was discovered that she was basically backstabbing them by sabotaging their creative projects with an artist that they all used to work together with. Cinder was convinced that this artist, Nano is the artist name. Cinder was convinced that only she should work with Nano because she said that the more VTuber models that Nano made for other VTubers, then the less special that her VTuber rig would be. It was really fucked up. And they were basically, they, as in Cinder and her manager, which, it's kind of, I don't like songs with lyrics. Hold on, I'm gonna skip that. Okay. So, I say manager, but it was actually her boyfriend? And then later found out, recently as in like maybe last week, it was found out that, actually they're married. So Cinder and her, manager boyfriend husband would go out of their way to sabotage their quote-unquote friends' creative projects. And the answer to your situation, there'd be people like that and they change. She sounds like an attention-grabbing bitch. Sorry for language. It's okay. You're allowed to swear in the Peepus Room. You are forgiven. It's so sad because, like everyone loved her. As in, like, they were all, like, genuine friends together. It was only Cinder who was thinking the way that she was thinking. She saw everyone as competition, and she felt threatened by everyone, including her friends. And she went out of her way to keep her favorite artist from working with anyone else besides her, because she just... I don't know why. She just... This is why I love the document so much, because I don't get why you're like this. I need to know why you are like this. The whole, like... The artist, like, basically posted a Google Doc explaining, like, hey, this is how Cinder used to treat me. I did not realize that this was not normal until after I asked other people about this. And they said, no, people are not supposed to treat you like that. And so that's why the artist dropped her document. And there were so many people involved because Cinder wanted to blacklist multiple people. There is an actual term for that. It does mainly apply to women. There really is no getting around it, and I don't mean any offense, meaning it's like 2 women exactly. It just has something to do with the person that they're connected with when they get like that. They turn into 2 types of people, really nice and inviting, or an absolute ass and are that way forever. Yeah, I feel like I've known men like that before too, but I do notice that people tend to notice it more when women do it. Peepus Room! Hello, Miss Goodleaf! Welcome back to the Peepus Room! I've been drawing the latest YouTube video that I want to work on, and talking about tea. Hello, hello! Welcome back to the Peepus Room. Always lovely to see a familiar face. Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar at all with VTuber drama, but my latest obsession has been consuming content around the 1,000-page Cinder Google Docie. It is absolutely, like, overtaking my interest right now. Like, it is so interesting to me because this person is so unwell, and I need to know more about why they're unwell. Is it one of those rabbit holes? Oh, yeah. So, I don't know if you're familiar with Cinder or VTubers, like, at all. Basically, Cinder is a VTuber. She was friends with a bunch of other VTubers, and then a few months ago, the artist that she used to work with, who would make all of her VTuber models, outed her in a 3 to 5 page Google Doc, for reference. That Cinder used to treat her like crap, in the sense that they would be I'm sorry, when I say they, I mean Cinder and her manager. Her manager was eventually revealed to be her boyfriend, and then later, like, as in, like, last week or something, that boyfriend was revealed to be her husband. So, Cinder and her manager-boyfriend husband used to treat Cinder's quote-unquote friends like a competition, because she was so insecure about her being one of the most famous VTubers on Twitch.com. This thing is starting to get layers like an onion. It's insane. And this is the original drama. I'm sorry, I love consuming drama content when it has nothing to do with anything that I do. When it has nothing to do with any of the circles that I'm in. It is like so, I inhale popcorn to that shit. You're not friends with them anymore, are you? I mean, I'm not friends. I was never friends with any of them. I don't know any of these people personally at all. This is me, like, to me, this is like watching a movie. They don't know who I am. I'm some nobody. They don't know that I exist. They were all friends together. Cinder is not friends with them anymore. For sure. That's for certain. But, like, oh. Phew. But yeah, so Cinder was basically backstabbing all of them. In the sense of, she would get that artist that she used to work with and blacklist everyone else. So that artist would only work with Cinder, because Cinder was convinced that having that artist's art as her model was the only thing that made her special. She never says it out loud, but the way that she treats the artist, the way that she treats her friends, the way that she speaks, the language that she uses in the document screams that. To me, in my opinion, allegedly. Well, I wouldn't say you're nobody, but I would definitely say that you, just from meeting you, I can read people, you're a lot better person than this. How would I put it, attention-grabbing adult child that can't get over their self-esteem issues? I think that sounds right. Yeah! Like, I don't... Thank you for calling me a better person than that. I like to think that I would not sabotage my best friends with their creative endeavors, and therefore, like, their financial, She was basically sabotaging their careers. It was insane. all because she was, like, convinced that... And she wasn't making, like, small potatoes either. Like, recently she was shown to be the, like, 5th most donated to Twitch streamer on the platform, regardless of her genre of streams. Like, Cinder was the 5th most donated to streamer ever! Like, barely behind, like, one of those other famous people, like Hassan or something? Also, my moderator is finally back home from doing card stuff, being out with the boys night. Oh wow, yeah, it's like she already, Iron Mouse? Yeah, Iron Mouse I think might have been one of them. Again, it was like it was not just of all VTubers, it was of everyone. Any person that ever streamed on Twitch. It was insane. So what she basically did was snatch defeat out of the hands of victory. She already had it all. And she went out of her way to cause her own downfall because she was so insecure. That's just so sad. I don't know Cinder personally, but I feel like she just... I wonder how she got to that point where she was one of the most successful Twitch streamers of all time. And she still felt like she needed to sabotage her own friends just so she could... Just because she felt like she deserved to work with the artist and no one else did. Greed consumes people in many ways. Others, it destroys people around them. But most, it just destroys themselves. You're so right, J Madog. You're absolutely right. It's so sad. And that's like a reason why I'm so interested. That must be one of the reasons why I'm so interested in, like, why Cinder is the way that she is, because, like, I want to know how it got so bad. Like, where was the point in her life where she thought it was okay to do this? I mean, people need to learn to, like, take the money and just use it wisely, but I think a lot of people, when they get money, especially big money, will blow it all quickly and get scared. Maybe! I mean, I don't know what her bank account looks like, but, I mean, she was making absolute bank from streaming. Like, after she got canceled, she came back to streaming like 6 months later, again, after dropping the 1,000-page Google Doc that she wrote, and made her look worse, for the record. Like, she thought dropping more DMs would show her innocence, because, like, oh, the other people left out the context from our DMs. This is all of our full DMs in full so that you know the full context. As if, like, girl, you are just showing more proof that you are being manipulative. Like, you're making yourself look worse and you don't know that. But after she got canceled and made herself look worse after her document, she got like $30,000 in donated bits alone on her return stream. She's still fine. She will be fine. Which is, I mean, she didn't commit crimes, so I'm not going to say that she doesn't deserve a platform. But, like, it's just... This doesn't feel like a lesson learned. She said that her lesson learned was that I should appreciate my friends more, and I should, get a better work-life balance. But I don't think she took anything else to heart. I don't think she understood that, like, talking to people in a way that made them... Like the way that she would talk to the artist that she was working with was so sad, because it was so obviously just, like, guilt-tripping the artist whenever she didn't work with only her. Just... And they kept saying that we didn't we as in, like, Cinder and her boyfriend manager husband, we'd never manipulated her into canceling all of the creative projects with our friends. She did that of her own accord. As if, like, You didn't show all the DMs in which you and your manager boyfriend husband, like, treated her like she was stupid whenever she didn't do that, didn't do exactly that. Like as if you, like, didn't tell her to her face, well, through DMs, but, like, as if you didn't tell her that, like, you should... I'm not saying you should cancel models, but I'm saying that if you did, we would like it. Well, I wouldn't say it should be a crime, but I believe there should be a massive form of punishment. People who become popular on these platforms become a major leader and influencer. So a lot of people's lives can either turn into a good influence or an evil influence, meaning that they can either cause a lot of good in the world or a lot of bad in the world, and should be held accountable to any of their actions. Totally fine with the message. I agree with that. It's just... Do I count as a boyfriend, manager, husband? No, you're my PR manager. You're my boyfriend, PR manager, husband, moderator. I mean, Sam, you have heard me talk about the Cinder drama so much. Is that better? Well, you are not... I don't like to use this word lightly, but I cannot think of a better term for what was happening. You are not delusional in thinking that everyone else is out to get me just because they are also streamers. Like, you are not trying to blacklist our dear friend, artistic biologist. Because she just happens to be another streamer and I'm also a streamer, and that means that we are directly competing for some reason, even though we are friends. God, I love hearing you laugh. Why are you so cute? That's gay. How dare you? Guards, throw him into Impel Down, lowest level. my one and only moderator. No, oh no, say no more, boss. What do you mean? No! Oh god, he bonked himself. Oh no, he's gone. Oh. Goodbye, Sam. I'll see you in 60 seconds. RIP. R.I.P. Oh. The way that I read everything from the document is that a lot of it was actually because of the boyfriend manager husband. Because he was the one who started having all the paranoid thoughts about all of Cinder's friends competing with her. He was the one who put the idea into her head that if this artist worked with anyone else besides her, that would be bad. So it's... Oh, welcome back, Sam. It's just so sad because it was someone who was already successful and again just like snatched defeat out of the hands of victory. I don't know how to draw cars. The interior of cars. And like... It's... Women's wrongs, I guess. I know, it's so sad. Like... It is just so unfortunate that such a wonderful pair of bouncing, voluptuous personalities can be attached to such an awful person. Many people are undone by their own hubris. It do be like that. It really do be like that. And another thing that I noticed that I don't think anyone else... Out of all the videos, the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because of all the videos that I have watched about the Cinder drama, none of them have pointed out this specific thing. That, at least of all the things I've watched that I've noticed, they never point out how... The way that they talk about the artist's name is Nano. The way they talk about Nano is whenever Nano... So Nano did end up canceling a couple models from Cinder's friends. The manager, boyfriend, husband was very, like, what's the word? Was very persistent about it. like, he himself never said the direct words, cancel the models right now, but the way that he spoke to her was very, like, heavily implying, and he and Cinder use that vagueness use that him not directly saying cancel the models as proof that he never said it and never implied it once, and it was all Nano's fault that she canceled the models herself because they never told her to do that. She did that of her own accord, even though they themselves showed pages after pages after pages of DMs, which just show them treating her horribly. Not horribly, but like guilt tripping her is the word. They were being, it was really underhanded. Like, they were not outright, like, they were not, like, calling her names or, like, the obvious stuff of, like, someone being mean to someone else. It was like, well, I guess you're not gonna start your own independent career anytime soon because you keep working on projects for other people. But if you work with Cinder, you would get to have your own career independently if you worked exclusively for me. Shit like that. So, whenever Nano canceled a model, that was quote-unquote her choice. But whenever Nano was given the idea that, actually, I don't deserve to be treated like that, then she was being manipulated. Cinder never manipulated Nano. Everyone else manipulated Nano, though. And that is just so, like, mentioning this again, getting deep into, like, the Dare lore, but that is kind of how my grandmother used to speak to me, where if I parroted an opinion that she had, then that was my choice, then that was like, oh, what a good idea that I had, when it was secretly actually, like, my grandmother's idea the whole time. But if I ever had an opinion or idea that was not, that, like, contradicted hers, then it was, who put that idea into your head? It was just so obvious, like you could not think of that yourself. Who put that idea into your head? Because I didn't. Like, I'm gonna skip through and find a different song, hold on. Okay, that's better. Like, it's, like, those kinds of people just, they get so used to treating a person so shittily. Like, they get so used to thinking so low of a person that they cannot conceive or conceptualize the idea that they might actually have thoughts of their own. They're so used to manipulating someone that they cannot remember that they can have their own thoughts. Does that make sense? I remember being treated like that a lot as a kid, where if I didn't directly have the same exact opinion that my grandmother had, it was like, who else ruined you? Because you're supposed to be exactly like me. I'm supposed to mold you into the way that I want you to be. No one else can mold you. It was not even like it was not even a concept in her brain. It was not a thought that could have been passed over that I might have molded myself. That I might have had my own thought with my brain cell. There was a void in those people's brains where the idea that their victim could have had their own thoughts independently happened. Now I know where the story is. I remember reading something about this, and my first thought is that's a dangerous game to be playing with people, because it could impact them more mentally than people realize, to where it could go horribly wrong. Yeah, it happened over the course of several months, them treating the artist like that. And it was just really sad. Because, like, again, the artist was a perfectly, like, nice person, but then they were like, hey, oh my god, JMaddock9912, thank you so much for the follow! Thank you! Now you're a real peepus! Right, time for the ad? Shoot. Okay, I'll keep stream going for a little bit longer. It's only 11 p.m. in my time zone, so Oh wait, I do have work tomorrow though. Okay, after we come back from the ad, I am gonna stream for a little bit longer because I like yapping with y'all. I have been thinking about excuse me. I've been thinking about the horrid effects of psychological and emotional manipulation since I fell into a rabbit hole the other day. Hell yeah! You know what, Sam? Do tell in the chat while I'm on the ad break. While the ad break is happening, I'll just be filling in some more narration underneath the squares here. And then y'all can discuss in chat the topic of the day, emotional manipulation and its effect on people. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Hope to see you there when I return. BRB! Okie dokie, I got a couple more, squares written. Oh no, this body doesn't belong to me. I'm just piloting it. I have to make sure I don't get any dents because it gets checked and examined regularly. Well, that sucks. I'm glad I never had it that bad. I don't think I did though. Oog. I will be signing a petition to not be called a peepus. I would like to officially change my title to Puppers. I mean, you are in the peepus room, where the peepuses hang out. I'm not gonna stop you, but you'll be surveilled by big peepus. And the currency is peepus pesos. I can't even like finish doing it like a big brother type joke. I mean, you're the only person who's ever not wanted to be called a peepus. A puppus? A puppus? I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna stop you, but generally I will refer to everyone in the peepus room as peepuses. This is not intended to be, a slight on you as a puppus. We're in Peepistan. We're in Peepistan. Where it's a peepusocracy. I got way less of this video done than I thought I would, but... so bees it. Like, oh no, I'm gonna have tomorrow after work to work on it. Like, it's all good, fam. No, I'm not gonna, not in a way that, like, I'm not gonna stream tomorrow, but, like, I only stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's what... Peepus Pupper? That's what happens when you get started on the tea. Yeah! Peepus Pupper could work. That's pretty cute. That's what happens when you get started on the tea. Yeah! If I start yapping and then I just freeze because I'm so... I freeze on drawing because I'm so... I love yapping. I'm sorry. I fucking love yapping. Tea spilled. Wait, who? I gotta look in chat. Whose emote is that? Spill the tea. Oh, spill the tea. I love that. I've never seen that emote before. Ah. I go get you more tea now for more yapping. Hell yeah! I would love some tea, actually. Like, my throat is getting a little bit dry just because I've been yapping for, 3 hours and 10 minutes. Actually, maybe closer to 3 hours, because I remember I was setting things up for like 10 minutes before I actually started yapping. Anyway. Would you like dragon fruit or white blueberry tea? Ooh, that's a good, that's a good question. You know, I'll try the dragon fruit tea this time around. So I don't think there were as many people here when I was telling this story as there were earlier. Oh no, the pet me! Oh no, the pet me is wrong! Oh no! Oh, Sam, dude, would you like a refund? Because I forgot that the pet me doesn't work with the Nyami model. I'm so sorry. Or like, nah, it's funny. Okay. I am actually not not 100% sure how to refund points either.
We're just warming up, baby.
I know there's a way to do that, but I don't know how to do that. Oh well. I might figure it out later. Yeah, there was not as many people here when I was telling the story, but Sam will know what I'm talking about. I have the Meowmy model. I love it. Thank you. The Meowmy. Her name is Nyami. It's let me put in the chat how it's spelled. I mean, Meowmy is actually like a very, very cute name. I love that actually. But yeah, it's supposed to be Nyami spelled like that. This is not a Sona that I have. This is an OC. She's a fat cat girl that does art sometimes. And I needed to make a PNG tuber, a GIF tuber example for my commission information. So I made this, and I'm like, you know what? This is cute enough for me to use it on stream. Fuck it, why not? So I use it for art streams. I have a different little creature for when I am gaming or such. I actually cannot. I don't think I can bring it up right now, just because. Like, I would have to like change the aspect ratio of the program, and it's a bitch to do. But oh no, you'll just have to come to another one of my streams. Oh no, I'll just have to stream again, just so you can see my other PNG model. Oh no. Yeah, Sam will know what I'm talking about. Remember when I had 2 stalkers? One of them was that one guy, and then one of them was that girl that had a mental breakdown right before we went to college. Ah, yes! Yeah. So the first guy I met when I was in middle school. Model to be peak though, I love the PJs. Thank you so much! I'm so glad you like the PJs. I'm also glad that they come off as PJs because they are intended to be PJs. So the first guy I met when I was in like middle school? What stalkers? Ah, yes! Yes, I used to have stalkers. Or actually, I still might. I don't know if they still follow me around. Because they're the kind of stalkers that, like, they keep tabs on me for some reason, but they don't directly interact with me. So the first guy, I met when I was in middle school, and he was in high school. Really, you two? Yeah! Oh no, I'm so sorry, J Maddog. I'm so sorry that that sucks. It really does suck. Yeah, the guy I knew, we used to be friends. I was like 13 and he was 17, or it was something like that. So the age gap was already kind of weird. And then we both used to have like another friend, and that friend liked him romantically, and therefore she hated me. He's trans now, but I'm gonna use previous pronouns at the time because 2 people being he, him in a story I'm trying to not name people in, it will be confusing. So we had a falling out. Turns out he would eventually get, arrested and charged with, grape threats and stalking charges for a completely different person in a different state. So he's an actual, like, he's a real dangerous person to be around. He had a call-out post against him that I was actually asked to be a part of. I was made anonymous, and I was just basically gave like a written testimony. I didn't have like evidence, but the other person who used to be friends with him, he treated her so much worse, in which there were like actual PDF file attempts and shit against that person because she was younger than me. Not by very much, but she was younger than me. And so the authorities had to be contacted about that. So but I'm not aware of anything that came after that. I never kept up with him. I literally, like, never think about him except for this one time, and I'm like, hey, here's the tea that I can spill a little bit. Like, I never think of him, but, like, to this day, I have him blocked on everything, and to my knowledge, I thought he had me blocked on everything, but every so often, like, every few years, thankfully she's a now more well-adjusted young man. Yeah, we love him. He's great. Like, we're mutuals on socials and stuff. I should talk to him more often. He's great. I like him. He's a good friend. Anyway. He, as in, like, the stalker guy, every so often he would just, like, find some social media that I just, like, didn't block him on yet, and he would send me a message, like, one time it was a DM calling me a bitch, another was, a comment on my stream VOD channel saying, lol, I'm your only viewer, get wrecked, which I think is just objectively so fucking funny. Because that's literally the worst possible thing that you can say to me. That's the meanest thing that you could do. Of which is objectively wrong, also. And I'm sorry, that was just so funny. But yeah, I don't know if this will ever continue. I don't know if he'll go to jail for the PDF file acts that he committed. Fucking, he's not in my life anymore. Unfortunate that he ever was, but like, damn, like, it's been how long? And you still... There were a couple of times where he'd find me and send me thinly veiled insults in DMs. Oh, yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry, Sam. But like, literally, how many years has it been? I never think about you. You're the one who keeps reaching out to me in me and my friends in DMs to be like, talk to me right now. And again, I got off easy. Like, my poor friend was groomed. Like, my friend deserves so much better than him. And it's, I'm glad that my friend and I are no longer associated with him anyway. So, that guy sucked. And I don't know if he'll ever come back in the future. But I still think it is very funny how the worst possible things that he could say to me were calling me a bitch and completely misunderstanding that I had more than one viewer that was him. And, like, I barely interacted with the guy anyway. I was just there to pick up the pieces. Oof. That is definitely a way of saying I dated you right after he dumped me. And hey, best decision I ever made. Am I not here, sitting in your apartment, streaming from your office, eating your food? And then the second stalker I had was a girl I used to know in high school. We used to be good friends. We used to be in a friend group together. Then she graduated high school, and she went to a 4-year university. At least it was only that. Luckily, they didn't try to come after you like how mine did, because I have a motorcycle, and ever since I started riding, there is a particular car that I have to watch out for with a particular crazy, girl around my age who I've seen repeatedly follow me while I'm on my bike for at least an hour, or at max an hour. I'll have to speed up and basically run away like hot pursuit. Oh my god! That's awful! That's terrifying! I'm so sorry that you have to deal with that! That can't possibly be legal. Jesus Christ, yeah! Like that... There has to be some kind of repercussions for that. I mean, I don't know how the law works, but like... That's not okay. That's awful. I'm so sorry. God, now I feel like my other stalker is gonna be like nothing. Because the stories were gonna be like, I had these stalkers, but then I made really good friends because of the stalkers. Not with them. But like, I told you about my friend who, like, the first stalker also treated like crap. And then the second stalker treated a different person like crap, and then also me. It is absolutely not legal. I have called the cops once and they actually personally posted 2 officers that are on my route where I ride, and they watch out for the car that is supposedly following me because I remember the car and I know the face of the person, but I don't know the license plate because they're always behind me. Oh, this is not, this isn't a place that requires a front plate? I grew up in I grew up in California, and that is a state that requires a front and a back license plate. So shit, I'm so sorry. Hopefully they catch her. Like, what the fuck, man? Because if they're following you, there's not really a way for you to be able to tell what the plate is. But at least you recognize the car and the person. But that still sucks. The second stalker I had, I used to be friends with her in high school. Then she went to college. She went to a 4-year university, and she was studying something really intense, like aerospace engineering, and she kind of had a mental break, and I feel really bad about it because, like, looking back on it, that's what it was. But at the time, it was like, I'm trying to remember the details. I told the story earlier when my friend James was in chat. Like, we were friends, and then she was kind of sheltered like I was, and then out of absolutely, like, just, like, a sudden change in her life, which you know that that was gonna happen, but, like, she moved out of state to a new place that she's never been to, and doesn't have any of her support system anymore, studying a program that is notoriously, like, really, really difficult. And I'm not surprised that her brain kind of broke, but it doesn't excuse or justify her treating everyone like shit. I've never seen someone burn so many bridges so fast before. And that's what I think is sad about it, because she just went, like, full scorched earth with everyone that we'd ever known. Like, people who had been friends with her for, like, even, like, years longer than I have, she just treated like they meant nothing to her because she was convinced. She just had, like, a paranormal, shit. Oh, shit, I forgot the word. She had, like, a paranoid psychotic break. That's the best. And I don't want to use, like, a psychological term like that lightly. That is, like, the best of looking back on exactly what happened. That is the best way I could describe it. She was just convinced that everyone was out to get her. Everyone secretly hated her to the point of wanting to, like, destroy her and her life. And it was just really sad because no one wanted that. She just, like, it was just out of nowhere. And then the reason why I say she was a stalker is because after she cut everyone else off, including me, she made friends at her university, and she was still mentally very unwell. And she did not get help for whatever was going on. And one of the friends that she made in university, she would treat like absolute garbage, and she would make that friend, like, keep tabs on me and her ex-friends, her other ex-friends, like she would not stalk us herself. She would make this other third party, this third person, stalk us for her, and she would yell at her to, like, if she didn't want to do that, because that is not a mentally well thing for someone to do or want to do. So, eventually that friend, I'm sorry, his pronouns are he, him, or he, they, I'm sorry. That friend reached out to me and said, hey, did you used to know someone by this name? And I said, yeah, actually, I used to go I used to go to school with this person, but we had a falling out. And then he said, okay, I wanted to make sure because, this person has been asking me to stalk you. like through the internet, stalk you and like 5 other people everywhere that you had social media because she wanted to keep tabs on you, and I'm like, for what? So anyway, me and that person started talking more, and now we're friends. And so both of us are no longer friends with her, but I'm friends with him, and he just got out of a really shitty abusive relationship. I'm so happy for him that he's doing so much better. I didn't realize that his relationship was so bad, but like, I'm glad that he's out. I'm glad that he's free now. And I'm glad to be mutuals with him. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I'll catch up on chat now. I just wanted to... you know I love my yapping. Yeah, like, God forbid she joins my biker community and rides with me, and I don't even know who they are, and they have a helmet on. I've had nightmares about that, like, you get a motorcycle specifically to stalk me. In short, that's actually called a form of schizophrenia, combined with a mental disorder that I can't think of the name. That is awful. That is... I hope that doesn't happen. Just that, I do really hope that this person gets caught and stopped, like, as soon as possible. I'm so sorry you have to deal with that. Oh, Sam, I don't think you were in chat when I said this earlier, and I don't think I told you when you were still home, but, my favorite streamer, Jabroni_Mike, actually got banned off Twitch. It was apparently a horrible misunderstanding, from what I could find. He, like, accidentally showed a meme on screen, and the meme had a slur in it, and they immediately just, like, nuked him off the face of the earth for that. And I feel so bad, because Jabroni_Mike he's my favorite streamer, but he's also, like, Little Beepo, whose misery is constantly increasing. I feel bad because he's always going through something. Like, first of all, he has throat polyps. He has to get surgically removed. And then he has to deal with the GERD, which is like a stomach acid throat thing, which is like chronic now. And then he gets banned off of Twitch, and then YouTube won't let him get his like YouTube had to make him delete a bunch of VODs because they violated community guidelines, even though they were him watching other videos that are on YouTube that are fine. So I feel bad for Mike. He deserves better, but yeah, Zoink Scoob is so real. How many times have I drawn soda? And I still can't... Ugh. Alright. My voice is getting kind of strained. It has been 3.5 hours. I probably should wind down for bed. Before I end stream, does anybody have any more tea that they would like to spill? I am all ears. I am all ears and all sippin' for more tea spillage. And then... Ugh. Oh my god, I'm finally done with my painting, thank god. Ooh, you were painting? Ooh, what were you painting? I'm sorry, me also being an artist, I'm like, I love the idea that you were working on a painting this whole time while also hanging out in chat. That's so cool. Thank you so much for drawing with me, or painting with me. Skulls, yes, yes! That's so sick. I'm gonna double check who might be streaming right now. Okay, a couple people I know. Ooh. so someone I know named Kishi671 is streaming Time Stranger. Well, it's more or less painting, miniature design. Oh, a miniature painting. That's cool. I have a friend who does like gunpla building and miniature painting and stuff like that. I know she recently painted a if you're a fan of Digimon, she recently painted and made a blue metal Greymon. So I'm gonna, real fast before I raid, I'm gonna shout out my friend Bio. That is the friend that does Gundams, as I said. She usually does Gundams on Fridays, but just because tomorrow is Halloween, she's gonna be doing a horror game tomorrow, which I'm super excited about. Nice, I mainly do D&D and Warhammer 40k. Hell yeah! Those are very good franchises. I don't know nearly as much about Warhammer 40k as I do about D&D, but the lore that I have heard seems very interesting. So, I'm gonna rest my voice. Thank you everyone for coming to the Peepus room. I'm gonna find the scene first. I'm gonna hit everybody with the end screen. And thank y'all so much for hanging out. I'm actually, oh shit, I have to do some math real fast, hold on. Today is Thursday. Okay, so next week, thank you for the stream and the drama alert. Thank you for stream. You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. You are absolutely welcome. I will be back on Tuesday with, I don't know what I'll be doing on Tuesday, but I'll do something. 8 p.m. Eastern time. Roughly around that. And then I don't know what I'll be doing Thursday either, but hopefully I'll see y'all then. And thank you again, J Maddock, for the follow. Really appreciate that. I'm going to... Oh, yeah, I think... Oh my god, where's my chat? There's my chat. If you're interested in hanging out with me on other social medias, you can follow me on any of these other websites. These are all my accounts on other stuff. If you liked what you saw me draw today, well, you're welcome, stalker victim buddy, lol. Well, we got something in common, my friend. If you liked anything that I drew today, then I take commissions. You can give me money for me to draw stuff for you. I draw a bunch of different stuff. I also make stream assets if anyone is interested in content creation. You can see my information on my website. And also, if you want to just go straight to requesting something from me, I now have a Jot form, which makes it easier than ever to submit your idea. And last but not least... the whole thing that I was working on today was supposed to be for a video. I make YouTube videos. Some of them are meme videos. Some of them are like animated storytime videos. Like the one that I was working on today was an animated storytime video about things that I missed from California after I moved out of my home state. So in case you're interested in that, you can watch the latest video, which is actually a meme video. And I also plan on making some sick-ass like anime music videos and shit like that. So hopefully y'all stick around, and while everyone's here, I'm going to sick a raid. Let me make sure I'm spelling his name right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there he is. Okay. So thank you all so much for coming to the Peepus room. I'll be back on Tuesday with, something. It'll probably be Genji, actually. I have been meaning to pick up that game again. Genji Dawn of the Samurai for the PS2. It is for the yeah, it was for the PS2, yeah. So, I started that a little bit last time. I've been thinking about it again. I've been thinking about playing it again for a while, so it was pretty fun. But yeah, videos game. And also, Maddock has to come back to see my other Sona PNG tuber, because that one has a lot more emotions than Yami does. Yeah. Thank y'all so much for coming. Oh, and also thank you, VOD watchers. If there's anyone watching the VOD right now, thank you so much for making it to the end. All of the links that I linked in chat are actually going to be in the description of the video. If you just scroll down a little bit. Yes, I will. That's so sweet. Even if you can't make it, like no problem whatsoever. I completely understand if something comes up. But that is super sweet. Thank you so much. I'm gonna drop you all off at Kishi, who's playing Digimon Story Time Stranger. And I will see y'all on Tuesday, hopefully. I hope y'all have a great time zone. Bye-bye!